soon, we're soon home. Mailman Podcast will soon come on your screen. Oh.
No, it's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
All right, welcome to the Mailman Podcast. That's M-A-L-E man for men after legitimate estrogen-free masculine approaches to the nowadays. I'm your host, Dick Colin, and today is kind of interesting. So I'm going to go over some notes that I've been taking about some things, but in general, had an interesting start to the year. Started reevaluating some things, just kind of in general, and then a couple days ago, I thought losing control on the ice in my truck the other night, might have been a reason to question my life choices and make some changes as well. But that wasn't what did it. Just so happens what it was is the currently 10 pages of notes and questions and the hours spent trying to finish the most recent Superman movie. I still have about 53 minutes to go. Jesus Christ. That movie is pointless, and I don't know, it's in the running for definitely one of the, if not the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. It's I'm still going to do like a shorter hard-on review on this on the other channel. Shout out Hard On Reviews, check it out. But something it's something good that's coming out of this. I've been trying to figure out how to do longer reviews, like kind of just like watch the whole movie and just like piece by piece do reviews on it. And I got templates and all that stuff. I got it all figured out, but I was trying to how do I avoid the copyrights? That's been the issue, because I definitely got hit with a hard one. Like but in trying to watch this damn movie, I think I figured out how I'm going to do it. So that's coming. So I'm still going to do the shorter version review, the standard hard-on reviews, but I'm going to start doing the long, hard ones. And with the new format that I've came up with miraculously from questioning reality for this, watching this freaking movie. Yeah, so I think I figured out how I'm going to do that. So that'll be the first one. Essentially, I'm just going to use my notes, which now it's like a novel of notes. I'll count them in just a second. It's a lot. I think it's like 10 pages so far. Yeah, so I figured out how I'm going to do longer reviews on that. But no joke, I was certainly questioning reality in my notes. I'll pull it up in a second just to kind of read what I said there for this stupid movie. Yeah, I couldn't believe how dumb it was. I'm probably gonna come back and like listen to this and like this will be the opening to the to the actual review, because holy crap, man. I'm gonna do that deep dive using this novel notes, like I said, on the Hard On Reviews channel. Shout out again. All I'll say now here, because I'm gonna do that review later, is that I had to take a break last night after the ass rocket octopus man with the creepy Grogu human hybrid man baby left the movie. Not sure what purpose they had, like, other than being there. But that's a real thing. If you think I'm fucking around, look it up. It's there. Anyway, that got me thinking again about having a seasonal life, and I think that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm not sure how long this will be. Might be a short. Yeah. I've been considering the thought about how everything has seasons. Like so the obviously Earth, right? Spring, winter, fall, summer, and not sure why I went in that order. Okay, and but the other thing is, like it seems like the sun has seasons, you know, the way that everything rotates around. You know, obviously that's semi-seasonal, got to be. Wherever we are in the galaxy at the moment is going to be slightly different, you know, in a couple of months, and so on and so forth. Go around, so got me thinking about you know, life as doing seasons as well. And I think one of the things that um have to do is like reevaluate seasonally. So every few months, for me, it's roughly about 3 to 4 months. And it just so happens this year, this turnaround happened to be in January. So I kind of shut down, meaning like I got offline and stayed quiet for a little bit off of there, so I could kind of go back through the checklists of things and things that I was doing, and start cutting off the fat. You know, things that you wanted to do but you're not completing. Just get rid of them. So it's not, you're not doing it anyway. So it's, leaving it on your things to do isn't going to help, unless it's something you absolutely have to do. Then you got to, how do I put that together? But that's not the main thing. Anyway, before we get into it, that's gonna be the topic today. So, Mailman Podcast.
Mailman Podcast coming to you. Mailman coming to you. Talking about Minnesota internet. If you don't like it, you can go to hell. Mailman Podcast coming to you. Mailman coming to you. Ooh.
All right. So, now to go back to this notes, because I said I'd go back and talk about how these notes for the Superman, the thing that like was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the topic tonight. So we got page 1. I started that writing my notes as I was watching this stupid movie. Also have a fights that he's won versus fights that he's lost. So far, I'm up to the count of he's lost 7 fights in this movie. Not including the ones that were won that, you know, somebody else helped him. So I don't consider those actual wins. So the only fight so far that he's won is he broke out of the jail with somebody else's help, but I gave him this point. And then he punched some dude to take the creepy Grogu hybrid human man baby thing from this dude. But that's it. So he's 7-1 at the moment. But so it's that 1 page, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and a half pages of notes, and I've got 51 minutes to go. This fucking movie, and these are almost all question marks. Like, so there's here's the part where, so with 1 hour and 2 minutes and 59 seconds to go in this movie, I started writing, these guys aren't real. This movie isn't real. Am I real? They would have saw that it was a shield and immediately refocused on the dude, and none of these dance moves, you'll know what I'm talking about when you get to that part, would have been enough. Wait, who am I really? Oh god. Yeah. So yep, that movie sucks, man. It's so bad. Like, it's so bad that I don't even want to review it. Like, it's a hard watch, man. Like, just from the beginning to the end. Like, well, I'm not even at the end. I still got 51 minutes to go. Holy crap. But it made me start thinking, like, you know, the life choices, maybe I should start watching better movies. More of that story. But going forward, though, all seriousness, the seasonal aspect of life. So basically, if you do like New Year's resolutions, I think if you look back on most of your New Year's resolutions, you come up with a plan, maybe even start the plan, and then a lot of people fall off pretty quickly. But I'd say for the people that are kind of, you know, you're pretty serious about it, your fall off point is probably Not necessarily like completely, but like when you're just like completely done, like so you might have some like stages of this, but at the moment that you're, yeah, I'm never gonna do this again. I'd say probably like 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 months into it, that you can sustain before you. It's not even really giving up. You just stop doing it, but you progressively do it less. So I think that's a pretty good gauge. So I think that's what you need to do. So if it's something that you were doing pretty consistently, that means you can continue to do it consistently. Problem is you can't consistently do the same thing forever. And that's what I've learned so far. Is the task might remain the same. So let's run New Year's resolution. The task itself might remain the same, but for like exercise, probably the relevant one. So let's say I want to get in shape. That's gonna be my New Year's resolution. Like, well, that can remain the same throughout the whole year to get to the end there. The thing that can't remain the same is going to be routine. Whatever exercises you decide to do, you're definitely going to have to reevaluate and change those. So let's say you start off with you're going in there pretty heavy, and you get sore, and then you take off a couple days. Well, that's not necessarily you giving up. That's not the end. Pick back up when you get back into workout shape, and then and then you do it again, and then more time off. You're not seeing the results because you're taking too much time off. You're trying too hard in the gym. You need to build up that routine, that consistency, and then you got 2, 3 months, 4 months, whatever that is. When you start to notice that falling behind to the point where you're not actually doing it anymore, then you got to reevaluate your actual out routine. That doesn't mean you gotta like switch from weights to running, but you gotta switch the type of workout, I guess, that you're doing. You've been doing weights, maybe start doing calisthenics, something like that. Change it up, actually. But my preferred method when it comes to trying to build a routine, especially when it comes to something like exercise, which is why, but it seems a hard thing to do. That and diet. Diet's a whole nother thing though. There's I think exercise is pretty straightforward as far as like what you need to do, but diet is too. But there's a science to that in the sense of I know there's a science to exercise, but there's a science to like the food intake, calories, and all that. Anyway, but building a routine of exercise, that's going to be a lot easier to maintain, I think, than trying to do a diet. Stay away from the topic. But I love food, man. Love it. I just ate Papa John's pizza with that awesome garlic dipping sauce. I think I'm already paying for it. Not necessarily the garlic sauce. I'm sure that has something to do. Probably those pepperoncinis. I always get like an extra order of those. Papa John's that I order from, they always like when I add that extra order of pepperoni. I think that's what they're called. They throw in like so many in that box, and I end up eating them because I love them. And holy shit, they tear you up. But yeah. Anyway, so I like food, so I'm not gonna talk about the diet part. I'll wait till I'll have somebody else on. Yeah. Go into like the stuff, specifics, and that are good for men, manly men. I don't know. Same. Women eat food too. I don't know what they eat. But yeah, exercise. So the thing that I like routine wise is um when you're starting, not like the favorite exercise. The routine that I like to get it going, to routine yourself into routine. Sure, sounds right. But you start with 1 rep a day. And you do that for a week. And the next week you do 2 reps a day. And it's just, whatever exercise that you choose to do. And then each week you're evaluating like which of those exercises was like did I fail at doing one better than the other, whatever that is. Like, did I enjoy one more and then you kind of start narrowing it down to things that you want. Sometimes you might even have to start with not just 1 rep a week or a day for the first week. You might even have to start with just like 1 exercise, like push-ups. That's it. Like, but you're also only doing 1 rep of a push-up every day for a week. And then, because plan is not for you to exercise every muscle yet. Eventually, get some kind of routine. Plan is to build the routine of getting to the workout, starting a work. So if you got to do only 1 exercise and sit up, push up, whatever that is, and then do that only 1 rep every day for the week, and can't take any rest days, not yet. Do that later. But if you're doing calisthenics, you probably. But you're just building the time routine is what. So you do that. If it's 1 routine, 3 routines, whatever it is, but 1 rep for whatever that is. 1, 2, 3. For each day for a week, and then the next week you bump it up to 2. Then the next week you bumped it up to 3. Next week you bumped it up to 4, and so on and so forth. Then if you miss a day, this is why you don't want to skip any days. So it's really no. If you miss a day, so let's say I'm on week 4, I'm doing 4 reps a day for my 1 workout, my push-ups, doing 4 a day, and I miss Thursday. Like, okay, well, guess what? Friday, is the next day. I don't want to skip any more days. This can be whatever reason you forgot, you lazy, you got lazy. That's what it is. Sorry, I got a cough drop. literally seconds before I came on here, I took a sip of water and it went down around pipe or whatever happens there. It started coughing. And I was like, oh, well, I got to do something. So, but anyway, yeah. So you're on week 4. You missed Thursday. You don't want to miss any more days. The Friday, you're gonna start back up again. The catch is you're gonna start back at 1. You're gonna continue to do 1 for the rest of that week. Now, because it's on Friday, I'm just gonna let that bleed over into Sunday and do 1 rep a week or 1 rep a day for the rest of the next week as well. If I miss Sunday or I miss Monday, then I'm gonna start back at 1, but I'm just gonna finish the week and then start up 2 as I go into the next week. Hope that makes sense. So if you're towards the end of the week, you're just going to roll over your 1 a day into the next week. But if you're at the beginning of the week, finish out your week with 1 rep a day, and then the next week starts 2. So essentially, it doesn't matter where you are, 50 reps a day, 2 reps a day, 1 rep a day. You miss a day, you start right back at the beginning. Because remember, you're not trying to build your muscles yet. That's going to come no matter what you do. Guaranteed. You're building the routine is what you're doing. Okay. And then you can start adding other exercises. So as you start doing this, you'll start to notice like maybe I'm getting tired of doing push-ups. Yeah, that could happen in week 3. Like I'm at 3 reps a day and I'm doing push-ups and I hate it. Like that's fine. You can still do 3 reps a day, whatever the routine, and switch from push-ups to doing sit-ups or something. That's totally fine. Or you can go back to 1, but change the workout. You want either one of those. That's totally. But the goal is you're doing something every single day. And I guarantee, this will get you on a routine much easier than trying to just go work out every day. So if you're in your New Year's resolutions and maybe you haven't started yet, which, I don't really do resolutions anymore, seasonal. But if you're there and you haven't started yet, then this is a good way to get started. You can do this with anything. So like writing. So I guess sitting down, I guess would be the equivalent of doing 1 rep. Just sitting down, turning on your iPad, laptop, whatever you got, grabbing a pen, whatever that is, and just sitting there. That's 1 rep a day. Just do that every day for a week. And the next thing, you're gonna put pen to paper, write a word, something. Go from there. Whatever that is, your equivalent to 1 rep a day for whatever that thing is. Maybe it's 1 sentence a day that's your rep. However you want to look at it, that's the way to get the routine going, and that's what you're looking for. Write a bunch of bad shit before you can start writing the good stuff. For me, it takes usually about, not saying that everything I write is things that I like the most that I write, are the things that it starts to, I'd say I'm probably like 20 to 30 minutes of writing before, then it kind of, I'll zone out, and then kind of whatever, that's where the good writing is happening. Then I'll come back to it, kind of like you start over again seasonally. You got to think about everything in cycles. It's basically what I'm talking about there. So 1 rep a day, I think that's the best way to start doing it. You have to build a routine. Then you need to reevaluate. I try to do weekly. It's hard because, like, last couple of weeks, I had things that came up that just was not able to do the podcast on the Thursday, but I also wasn't able to do it during the other days of the week. Then we had this ice storm. I was actually, today I wasn't even supposed to be doing it, so I'm supposed to be out of town. The ice storm kept me in town, so that kind of worked out. So I didn't have to miss another day, because I was basically gonna have to do like 3 over the weekend or something like that. I'm gonna do another one pretty soon to make up for it, because the goal this year is to get minimum is going to be 29, because that's 1 rep more than I did last year. I did 28 episodes, maybe. I have to double check. I think I did. I did 29 last year, which means 30 is going to be the 1 rep more this year, bare minimum. But hopefully going to be able to do 52. But like I said, things come up. We'll see how it goes. If I can catch up, if I got enough to talk about. But now, looking at these seasonal things here, I started looking at the way that I was doing the podcast. I like it. I got been able to talk about a lot of things that I want to talk about, which is cool. Things I like. Not worried about any of the landscape that's going on out there. It's I don't care. It doesn't bother me. That being said, there are definitely some things that I could make adjustments to. I think some of the things that I can do is get into maybe try to have like 1 person a month at least. Can have more, it's totally fine. For the guests, so I can do those and talk about those things. I really want to talk about the moon of my buddy. We're going to set that up pretty soon. So we're going to talk about the weirdness of the moon. A lot to talk about there. So I'm really excited about that. Not sure how long that's going to go. But he's got a pretty nice telescope that's getting some cool footage and like video and pictures. So I'm pretty excited to be able to have that kind of in the background at least. We might get into like Mars and aliens and the holes around Earth and all those things, but we'll see where that goes. But definitely talking about the moon for sure. So I'm still going to do guest things. I think those are pretty cool. I like them. I like being able to talk to essentially random people with different kinds of occupations and likes and dislikes, and it's pretty cool to be able to do that. So I definitely want to keep doing that. That being said, for the things that I talk about just kind of on my own, I feel like I was getting a little sidetracked. So initially I set up this channel to talk about whatever, because I had some ideas that just were not going to work well for the Hard On Reviews channel. Another shout out, go check it out. And you know, that's mainly about movies, TV shows, and video games. But I think the system can work for people, other YouTube channels and things like that. So start branching out a little bit as well. I already did a band. I did The Darkness, and that actually worked really well in my opinion. So I wanted to be able to do other stuff without having to sacrifice that channel. So I made the Mailman podcast so I can do that, so I can talk about stuff. But also, I want to be able to help dudes out, you know, give them some knowledge here and there. I feel like I lost track a little bit on that last year and trying to get the podcast set up and going and get the momentum. So I'm going to get back into that. Another reason why I'm talking about the seasonal changes that you need to go through. So I'm going to go back to my passing the guard info that I've had. I've got a couple of videos I can pull from there. And I've got the book that I'm writing there. So I think I'm going to try to coincide with, like, as I'm writing through the chapters, you know, maybe those would be the topics. See how that goes, but something like that. And then that way I can still keep pulling that hopeful kind of side of it, because one of the things that I did not too long ago, episode 28, was being selfishly useful. And it's funny because I actually thought I bombed on that episode. I thought I did terrible. But I was, you know, talking about, you know, being selfishly useful in the sense of if you take care of yourself, then you'll be useful for other people. And that got pretty good traction as far as, like, this channel goes. Quite there yet, but it got really good traction. I actually got a few subscriptions from that video specifically, more than any of the other ones. So I was shocked because I just thought I bombed the hell out of that one. Didn't do well. Apparently, it was good content. So that's what really kind of got me thinking, because that was towards the end of the year, because I didn't really do episodes for like the last couple of weeks, that because of holidays, a whole bunch of stuff going on with work. I was like out of town all the time, and then home for the holidays. But that in particular, because of seemed like it did well in the sense of people wanted to watch. That made me start thinking about. I feel like I've strayed a little bit from that path. I'm gonna get back on it. So I'm gonna start doing more things like that. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna get rid of the guest parts. I think those are fun. So there are gonna be some random things that I talk about because I like. But I am gonna talk more about how to be better, how to do things better for yourself. Not just for the live episodes. Eventually, that's gonna get some traction and be able to have people in the chat and answer some questions and you know, give some random advice and see where we go from there. But yeah, some of the topics that I want to cover here. Obviously, I'm going to go over those passing the guard topics, which explain that now, a bit later. But essentially, it's things I learned from jiu-jitsu that I've found useful in my regular life that I started writing a book about. So I've got an essential draft done, but it's a really rough draft. Now going back through all the chapters and kind of combing through them, and then that's going to be, you know, seasonal as well, because it's going to be going through one chapter and then moving on to the next one, and then so on and so forth, coming back, rather than trying to just hunker down and because what I noticed was when I was trying to write this book, or edit the thing that it was already written, is I was trying to do it like chapter by chapter for the edits, and I would edit so much on that chapter that it was like recognizable. I didn't know what I was wanting to do with that chapter, and then when I went back through some of the other ones, I started like doing kind of like pieces. That seemed to be a little bit more connected with the original idea. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I had to evaluate that. I was like, man, why am I not finishing anything? It's like, oh, because I'm spending all my time on this one single chapter and to the next. So I know now that I have to just today I'm working on this one, or this week, whatever. Rep 1, rep 2. I'm gonna do chapter 2. You know, so forth. So that's been a change that I'm having to make there. So that's gonna be cool. And the other thing I wanted to do was do like not long form videos like the live stuff, but doing like shorter videos. I'm still trying to figure out like how does this going to be. Oh my god, all these stupid pages of notes from damn Superman. So for example, like penmanship, you know, I think cursive is giving a lost start. So I'm gonna probably no, I'm going to be doing these. I'm going to be doing probably that one first, is meant to say, because I feel like I've been looking at my handwriting. I'm like, okay, you know, I like it enough to put it on screen. So I'm gonna teach you how to write cursive and manly penmanship, and then ironing. I think you know, if you want to wear business clothes, not look like everybody else, then I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to talk about it's kind of going to be like a review of the Panasonic iron that I absolutely love. It glides, man. Thing is awesome. That's about as manly of an iron as you can get for that. So I'm going to go over that. Also, folding sheets. I noticed that people don't know how to fold sheets. Over the years, you know, it's like gotta crumble it up in a ball and throw it. And it's not easy, you know, it's a weird shape. You know, not the regular sheets that you put over the top, but the one that elastic that goes around. Like that's it's a weird shape. I think I got a pretty good method, you know, it's definitely manly look to the fold. You know, it's not perfect, but I think it looks way better than what I used to do anyway with it. So I think it's an interesting thing that I don't think there's really anything out there. I'm sure there is. I obviously did not know how to fold sheets. One of those things that you notice when you stop drinking, like time slows down and you start paying attention to things. Stupid little folding sheets. Awesome iron. Yeah. But the other thing is the travel. You know, I'm doing a lot of travel for work, and I think I'm gonna still do those. I went to Philadelphia, and I still haven't talked about that. Maybe I did. I went somewhere and I didn't talk about it. I think Philadelphia was. But yeah, I had a great time in Philly. It's a cool town. Highly recommend it. So I definitely need to talk about that again. But I'll be going back again at some point, maybe. If not, I've got a bunch of pictures. But yeah, so I'm still going to talk about the travel stuff. I'll be going to London next month. Going to London, so I should have some things to talk about from that. Because I think this is cool. Be able to show you different cool places. Stay away from Denver. You know, calling you out, Denver. Hit me in the chat if you don't like it. Denver sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying that because it does. But also those passing the guard videos like I talked about. I'm gonna take a look at those and see what I got there. And then guided meditations. That's been a really useful thing for me. Um, I don't know. I think it'd be nice to be able to have that as like some kind of free thing. Maybe lessons learned from my own meditations, and I'm gonna have different variations of those. I know this is a lot, but they're actually this is probably like the most in depth one, meditation ones, because yeah, background music and all that. But I like doing that stuff. The other ones are a little bit easier because I iron every week. So that's just a matter of I've got to get an adapter or something, tripod, phone on, or sure. Anyway, I'll figure that out. And folding sheets, obviously, same thing. I just need to get that adapter for. I think I have a tripod. Pretty sure I brought that over from. I think I might have an adapter on that thing too. I can pull it out of the box. We'll see. But yeah, so those are, once I get that, I just got to go look for that in the box and set it up, and those are a lot easier. But the meditations ones, I actually need to write those and do the music for those. But I am gonna do those. I'm gonna do some for guided meditations, guided meditations, but sleep as well. And I also want to do like short ones, so like here's kind of like a couple minutes or 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever they are, and then longer ones, obviously. So you can kind of build up to those, the one rep a day, and then maybe some shorter videos about these specific topics that I like. And then eventually, I'm almost at the end of my journal, meaning I'm going to need another journal book pretty soon. So as soon as that's done, I'd say next few months probably. If I'm looking at that book, what it looks like, it's going to take me a couple of months to get through that. Then I'm going to start doing short videos on those. So basically, like, just take like a screenshot, crop it out, so it's just that one journal note. I'll go through the years from, say, September 2022 till now, I think is when I started that journal. And it's gonna be me looking back and reflecting. So some of these, I was drinking, and so some of these are I might not exactly remember what was going on, but I'll try my best to explain, and then pull the lesson out of that if I can. But not sure where I'm gonna put those. So I feel like the best place would be on here, so it's free. But maybe that's a Patreon thing. I'm not sure. I'm definitely gonna put those out there. Those are all very, very personal notes, but I think they'll be useful. So, but yeah, that was something I had to reevaluate, was the direction I was going with the channel. Maybe even like directionlessness. That even a word that I had with the channel. It was like I was certainly doing things that I wanted to do, because I'm not going to talk about stuff that I. But yeah, I think I still had the purpose. I just didn't have the direction. I think that's what I needed to reevaluate. So I took some time off. Not necessarily because I wanted to, but a lot of stuff going on as well. But I did get that first weekend. Important. I did get what I learned last year, but I need to get those clips out for that. So, because that's another thing. That is a draining fucking thing. Do these live podcasts, and then after it renders and officially posts, you can I guess I could record, but I don't think I have enough space on this hard drive to be able to do that consistently. So I've just been downloading from YouTube, and it got kind of as far as like the video quality. But the good news is I don't have a lot of it's very bare bones here with the fire head man and hot lady. But yeah, I think it was really nice to be able to. I'll say it was frustrating taking a break, but it was really nice to take advantage of that break because initially it didn't start as I'm taking a break, do this. It started out as kind of like I was getting late, unmotivated to do this, and so when I realized what was happening, that's when I just took the break for what it was. This is the end of my season, beginning of the new one, and reevaluate and make those adjustments. So I started looking at the past year of the podcast, and that's what I came up with. So I need to continue to do guests. That's a great thing. I think that's certainly valuable for myself as well as other people, because I am very much doing this for me, working out my own kinks through the podcast. I do that. Whatever things I work out, talk about late to you, and then you can make some adjustments and stuff. But yeah, I need to get back to it. So next term is going to be I'm going to talk about the passing the guard in the next podcast, I think. And then the moon is coming up sometime. Not sure when we're going to do that yet. We haven't worked it out yet. But we already know essentially what we're going to talk about. A little bit more research. So we actually have some points to talk about there. And then I did want to talk about relationships and things like that coming up soon. But I'll have to work that out. But yeah, passing the guard is certainly going to be the next one. Not sure which chapter that's going to be yet. See which one I work on this weekend. Topic for next week. And then I should have a guest. We'll start with February. That'll be the beginning. Trying to get my shit together. And then over time, I'll start putting all these videos. The penmanship with cursive. Really looking forward to that one. And I think that could be like shorts as well as a collection of those put together in one video. So that's going to be cool to be able to do that. I did notice an uptick in views and traction the channel was getting simply from just putting out shorts. It's crazy. I fucking hate shorts. Hate them so much. But I see the value. See that. So I'm going to do those. And meditation. I know it's going to be weird. Like I'm kind of doing those for myself. But I hate my voice. I don't know what's going to happen there. So yeah, I'll put them out there. If you want to listen to them, that's great. But they are technically, but I think I'm what I'm doing. Just what it is. Oh man, yeah, this is gonna be a good year. Had a rocky start, but take advantage of it, and I think I'm back on track, and I think the channel's gonna be in a good direction going forward. Hard reviews to be included. That's I'm real excited about being able to work on that channel some more this year. I think I ended the year with my favorite video so far with the Glory, that Civil War movie review. I think it was hilarious. The sound quality was best of all of them. I think I finally got that right using the Audio Technica AT2020 mic. And this year is going to build up channel and hopes to be able to upgrade this Blue Yeti, which I finally got to sounding pretty decent, I think now. But eventually over the next few years to upgrade to that H.O.R. microphone, because wow, does that make a difference. But yeah, that's it. I think for today, I think that's a good place to stop. And yeah, as always, wherever you are, however bad it gets, as long as you're alive, there is a way out. That is the rub. So, as always, don't let your meat loaf.
Mailman podcast coming to you. Emily man coming to you. Talking about Minister on the internet. If you don't like it, you can go to hell. Mailman Podcast coming to you. Emmy